Hello children, welcome to the video lessons. This is K. Shailendra Kumar, working as a school assistant in the subject of mathematics at Government High School, Fort Warangal. In the previous classes, that is in class 8, we studied about the linear polynomial in one variable and also find the solution of the linear polynomial. But now in this class, we are going to know about some algebraic expressions as well as what are the polynomials. Before going to the topic, I want to ask a question. Try to answer it. There are some students in a class and they sit in a manner like that. 5 students can sit in one bench. There are 5 benches in the classroom. So how many students are able to sit in the classroom? So exactly right. There are 25 students. Here what you did, you just multiply the number of students and the number of benches. So 5 benches and 5 students in each bench. So you get the answer 25 students. In the same way, I will give some more examples in the coming slide. Please watch this. Okay, children, before going to the topic, so we have to know about what are the contents included in this topic. So first of all, we are going to know about the category of the polynomials, how they are categorized, and degree of the polynomial. So types of polynomial with respective to its degree. So the polynomials are categorized according to their terms as well as according to their degree. So before going to know about the categorization, we have to know about degree of the polynomial. So one by one we can going to learn. Next, what is the zero of the polynomial? This is also came in 8th class. So example problems on polynomials. So evaluation I will give at the end of this session. Okay, before going to the topic, so once again I want to give a question in front of you. Please watch carefully. If there are X plants are planted in X rows, how many are there in total? In the previous examples also we seen that what you did, you just multiplied the 5 students into 5 benches, you get the answer. In the same way, there are X plants in the plant are planted in X rows. So how many are there in total? So what you did here, so the total plants were equals to number of rows into number of columns. So here X into X we get X square. So there are X square trees in that garden. So the cost of tomatoes is rupees 15 per kg. Ravi purchased X kgs, Ramu purchased Y kg, and Lata purchased Z kg. What are their payments? Here observe this. Here also what you can do, you just multiply the rate of the tomatoes with the kgs. That means the rate of tomatoes were rupees 15 per kg. So how many how many kgs Ravi purchased? X kg. So in simple way, in traditional multiplication, what you did? So rate of the tomatoes into number of kgs. Okay, let us do the problem. Ravi payment is 15 into X. So that is rupees 15x. And here Ramu payment is 15 into Y, which is 15. The last one Lata payment is 15 into Z, 15Z. Here what you observe, the first term is X square we got, and these are so some 15x, 15y, 15z. These looks like some expressions. These are algebraic expressions. So I will show you some more algebraic expressions. So from these discussions, so here x square plus x square 15x 15y 15z. or some expressions. And some expressions like this are like this type of, which are 2x plus y, 3x square plus 5x minus 12, a minus b plus c, and x minus y. All these are called algebraic expressions. So we also use algebraic expressions such as s square to find the area of the square. So in the previous slides, what we seen, the number of plants is x square, the number of tomatoes, the rate of tomatoes purchased by the persons, which is 15x, 15y, 15z. Here also what we are observing, the algebraic expression such as s square. What is s square? It is the area to find out the square. That means the side into a side, we get the area of the square. So the s square is a one term. So LB is to find out the area of the rectangle. So how to find out the area of the rectangle? Its length should be multiplied with its breadth. We get the area of the rectangle. In the same way, to find out the volume of the cuboid, we have to use the formula which is LBH. That is length into breadth into height. So here observe S square, LB, LBH are also some algebraic expressions. In general, these algebraic expressions are together polynomials. All these are just what we have discussed in the previous slides, which is x square, 15x, 15y, 15z. Here also s square, LB, LBH. All these are terms, and these terms are called algebraic expressions. So in general, these algebraic is also said to be polynomials. So I will give a small idea about polynomials, which is poly means many and nomial means parts. So whenever you write a polynomial, it's if it has many terms. So poly means many and nomial means parts. So a polynomial is many parts. Or I will again observe here category of the polynomials. So what is how the polynomials are categorized? So an expression with one term is called monomial. So just before we seen all the terms are monomials. Okay. So I will give once again, I will give some examples which are x to b minus b 3y. All these are only one term. That is why these terms is said to be monomials. So a monomial is also a polynomial. So next, an expression with two terms is called binomial. So I will give some example for this also, which is x plus y, p minus q, 2x minus 5y, l plus 7. Here observe here also the x is one term, the y is another term. So these two are added with the positive sign and a p, q. So this total term, this total polynomial has two terms. Okay. So an expression with the three terms is called trinomial. So I will give some examples for this also. A plus b plus c, p plus 2q minus r, x square plus 2x plus 7. Observe here all the terms in the number of terms in all the expressions is three terms. Okay. For example, let me take this one. This is p plus 2q minus r, and a plus b plus c, x square plus 2x plus 7. All these expressions have three terms. That is why in this type of expression is called a trinomial. So a monomial or a binomial or a trinomial, all are called polynomials. So an expression with one or more terms is called a polynomial. And this is the clear idea about the polynomials. So once again, I will read it. An expression with one or more terms. So we observed here only here in the first example, we observed this is a one term. Come to here, it is a two terms. And come to this place, we have three terms. But it has, according to terms, the polynomial has a different names. So first of all, this is a monomial, and this is the binomial, and coming to this is the trinomial. So from all these, an expression with one or more terms is called polynomials. Okay, go for the next one. I will give some examples here also. x square plus xy plus y square, comma minus 3z, comma x square plus 2 by 5x plus 7. Next, 3x square plus 2x plus 1 are polynomials. So coming to this one, root x plus 5 or x power 1 by 2 plus 5. Just I will take out this root sign. This become 1 by 2 and it is the power of x. So that is why the root x becomes x power 1 by 2 plus 5. And come here, this is x square minus 3 x power minus 1 plus 5. These are not the polynomials. Why? So once again you check it this. This is a polynomial. Why these are polynomial? It has 3 terms. That is why it is a trinomial. So every term, whatever you write the term, it is comes under considered as polynomial. But in case of this polynomial, this expressions, that is root x plus 5 or x square minus 3x power minus 1 plus 5 are not polynomials. Why? Because for understand clearly, I will give the clear idea about the polynomials. Observe this. So definition of a polynomial. So an algebraic expression in which the variables involved have only non-integral powers is called polynomial. But in the previous examples, we observed that there is no negative sign in the exponential form. Exponential form. So that is why the exponents must be a non-negative integers. That is why a polynomial should be defined as an algebraic expression in which the variables involved have only non-integral powers of a powers is called a polynomial. But in the previous example, x power root x plus 5. So here root x is changed as x power 1 by 2. It is the some fraction is scale. That is why it is not a polynomial. In the second example, what we observed, x square minus 3x power minus 1. That means x power is minus 1. So it should be positive. No polynomial should be negative power. So that is why that two expressions are not polynomials. So polynomial in one variable. I will give this. How can we write the polynomial in one variable? How can a polynomial should be formed? So let us take 5x, 7x, 3 minus 3x, 7 by 2x. These expressions are the form. So here what you observe, this is only one variable. This is 5x, 7x, minus 3x, 7 by 2x. So what is the variable? Only x is the variable. So how it is formed, how this polynomial is formed? So a constant into some power of variable. So what are the constants? 5, 7, minus 3, 7 by 2 are the constants. And what is the variable? X is the variable. Okay. So next in this, coming into this 7x square minus 5x plus 2, again minus 3x plus 7 are also some polynomials in one variable. But though these expressions are this is trinomial and this is binomial. These are trinomial or binomial. But these expressions are have only one variable. That is why these polynomials are in one variable. So here x is a variable. I will give degree of the polynomial. Now we are going to know about what is the degree of the polynomial. So in a polynomial, the degree of a term is the sum of the exponent of its variable factors, and the degree of the polynomial is the largest degree of its variable term. Okay, I will understand you clearly by observing these examples. So let us take the example. This is x square minus 5x plus 6. Here we have what is the variable? X is the variable, and according to its degree, it is a quadratic polynomial. Now, what is its degree? What we studied in this definition, the degree of a polynomial is the largest degree of its variable term. So you just compare all the degrees of the terms. The degree of this term is 2. The degree of the second term is 1. Why? Because x is there, its power is 1. And what is the degree of this? 0. Because no variable for 6, that is why x power 0 will be there. X power 0 is equal to 1. Hence, a constant will be remains. So among all these terms, what is the largest degree? So 2 is the largest degree. That is why this 2 is called degree of the total polynomial. Understand? Okay, this 2 is called degree of this total polynomial. So coming into next example, that is 5x square y square plus 2xy plus 7. So here also, what are the variables? So once again check it. So this is the one variable and y is the one variable. This is in every term you observe here two variables, and here also two variables. Let us find out its degrees. The degree of this first variable is 2 and this degree of second variable is 2. So the degree of total term is 2 plus 2, that is 4. Coming into the second term, that is 2xy. Here the variables are x and y. The degree of x is 1 and the degree of y is 1. So the degree of the total term is 2 because 1 plus 1, 2. And the degree of this 7 is also 0 because there is no variable beside it. That is why it's a constant term. That is why that among after comparing all these degrees of the terms, what you observe, this is the largest term, degree of the term, variable term. That means, so degree of this total polynomial is 4. Why? Because what we have learned, the degree of a polynomial is the largest degree of its variable term. Largest degree is this one, and this is 2. That is why the degree of this total polynomial is 4. Coming into 11. 11 is a constant, so the degree of its 11 is 0. Now once again check it. Degree of the first polynomial is 2. Why? Because we already observed here the largest degree is 2. That is why the degree of this total polynomial. Polynomial means x square minus 5x plus 6. Next one, the degree of the second polynomial is 4. We also already observed this. The next, the degree of the polynomial 11. So 11 is a constant, that is why its degree is 0. Okay. Next, go for the another slide. So types of polynomial with respect to its degree. We already studied the degree. What is the degree of the polynomial? Now, how the polynomials are categorized according to its degree. The first one, zero polynomial. Whenever you write 0 in the polynomial chapter, it is considered as a zero polynomial. So 0 is considered as zero polynomial. Its degree is not defined. And it's the constant polynomial. Just before we seen that 11, 7, the first example we seen that it is 5. All these are constant polynomials. So the degree of the variable of the polynomial is 0. It is a constant polynomial. And this third one, which are 9, 3, 7, minus 5, 3 by 4, etc. Okay, these are all called constant polynomials. And next one is linear polynomial. What is linear polynomial? Already we studied this linear polynomial in class 8. So the degree of the variable of polynomial is 1. It is linear polynomial. For this linear polynomial, I will give some examples, which is x minus 12. So it is a binomial. It is a binomial because we have two terms in it. So just verify its degree. Its degree is only 1. Why? Because we are observing here only one variable. So what is the degree of this variable? 1. So degree of this total polynomial is 1. That is why it is a linear polynomial. Next, coming into p plus 5. P is one variable and its degree is also 1. Coming into minus 3x plus 1. Here we have the variable is x. The degree of this variable is 1. Hence, it is also a linear polynomial. So a linear polynomial can be written, that is general form of the linear polynomial is ax plus b. Okay, ax plus b. Next, I will give another polynomial with respect to its degree, and which is quadratic. polynomial. So what is quadratic polynomial? The largest degree of the variable of a polynomial is 2. It is called a quadratic polynomial. So we, in the previous exams also, we observed that if any three terms written, its degree is 2. If the largest degree is 2, it is considered as quadratic polynomial. I will give some examples, which are x square plus 3x plus 2. This is a quadratic polynomial. And also z square. And this is written in terms of x, but here also z square minus 5z plus a. This is written in the form in terms of z. Z is some variable. So its degree is 2. Here also the degree is 2, largest degree is 2. That is why these two polynomials are considered as quadratic polynomials. Coming into this is ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general form of the quadratic polynomial. So a polynomial in the form of quadratic can be expressed like this. That is ax square plus bx plus c. So I will give the next one, that is cubic polynomial. The largest degree of variable of a polynomial is 3. It is called a cubic polynomial. If it is 2, it is a quadratic. If the largest degree is 3, it is a cubic polynomial. For this also, I will give some examples. So here, x cube minus x square plus 2x plus 5, 3p cube plus 5p square plus 7p minus 6. Okay, these two are also cubic polynomial. Why? Because the largest degree of the variable term, that is 3. That is why this is a cubic polynomial. A cubic polynomial can be written as, that is general form of the cubic polynomial, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Okay, I will give some more. Now, if the degree is known, how can we write a how can we write a polynomial using its degree? So a polynomial of nth degree or general form of a polynomial is given by. Let us observe. So this is a polynomial p of x. It is defined in terms of x. So nth degree of the polynomial. So a0 x power n, a1 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2 plus a3 x power n minus 3 up to dash 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 last an. An is some constant. Okay. Just before we written a quadratic polynomial, x cube plus 3x square plus 2. So that means the degree of the polynomial is 2. If the degree of the polynomial is 2, just you apply n equal to 2. You get the quadratic polynomial. That means 2 a0 x square. If n equal to 2, x square. Next a1 sum. a0, a1, a2 are constant sum. So whatever you write, if it is 1, 2 or whatever it may be, there are some constants. If we write the quadratic polynomial, so first term will be x square and the second term will be here in the n minus 1, that is 2 minus 1, the x term will become here. And the last term n minus 2, that means 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 x power 0. X power 0 means it become 1. So this term remains constants. Okay, that is up to a2 it will be end for a quadratic polynomial of degree 2. So I will give some example for this. The general form of a polynomial of degree 1 is, using the concept of this nth degree polynomial or general form, just we apply how to write a polynomial of degree 1. Just I am applying what is n value. N value is 1. Just to apply here. So a0 x power 1. That means x term will be come here. This is the x term. Okay. Next n minus 1. So our degree is 1. 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 will be 0. That means x power 0 is 1. So here a constant will be remain. That means a1. So the general form of a polynomial of degree 1 is like this: a0 x plus a1. So let us take x plus 12. So x is the first term and 12 is the constant, like this. Okay. In the same way, I will give the polynomial for degree 2. Just to apply it in, just before I told you, just apply n in 2 in place of n. So x square, next 2 minus 1, this will become x term, and 2 minus 2, this will become 0. So X power 0 means 1. 1 into 8 will be get 8. So this is the form we get. In the same way, whatever the degree given, what is the nth value is given, you have to write the general form of the polynomial. Now coming to zeros of the polynomial. How to find the zeros for a given polynomial? So for a polynomial, there could be some values of the variable for which the polynomial will be 0. These values are called zeros of a polynomial. For better understanding, I will give example for that. By that we can understand clearly. Find the zero of the polynomial p of x equal to 3x plus 1. Observe here, the polynomial is 3x plus 1 and it is expressed in terms of x because I have already given p of x. That means the polynomial should be written in terms of x. So that is why I written 3x plus 1. Now how to find out the zero of this polynomial? Now to find out the zero of the polynomial, we have to equate this p of x to 0. That means what is p of x given? 3x plus 1. 3x plus 1 is equals to 0. Next, what happens? This positive 1, that means plus 1 comes this side, become minus 1. So 3x is equals to minus 1. Next one, x equal to what? Here 3 is multiplying, coming this side, it will divide minus 1. That means minus 1 by 3. This minus 1 by 3 is called zero of the polynomial. For which value it is 0? For minus 1 by 3, it will be 0. So how can you how can we clarify it? We just substitute x is equal to minus 1 by 3 in this polynomial, we get 0. That means 3 into, I will do it. Three into minus 1 by 3 plus 1. What happens? This 3 gets cancelled and 3 gets cancelled. What here? Minus 1 plus 1. What we get? Minus 1 plus 1, 0. For which value it is 0? For minus 1 by 3, it will be 0. That is why this minus 1 by 3 is called 0 of the polynomial. Okay. X equal to minus 1 by 3 is the zero of the polynomial of p of x, or sometimes it is also said to be solution or root. So x is equal to minus 1 by 3 is the zero of the polynomial of p of x, or solution, or sometimes root of the polynomial. So you may call it as solution or root or zero, whatever you write. I will give some model problems. Write the quotient of x square in these two, that is a 5x square plus x minus 7. The second one, 1 minus x square. So what is the quotient of x square? Where is x square? Here is the x square, and the quotient is 5. Coming to here, x square is here. So what type of x? This is negative x square. So its constant, its quotient is minus 1. So the first one 5 and the second one is minus 1. So how you get this is minus 1? So any term should be multiplied with 1. That means here we have 1. So let us take x. What is the quotient of, or what is the quotient of x? it is also multiplied with 1, we get x. 1 into x, x. That means here also, how can you get a minus x square? Minus 1 into x square, we get minus x square. That is why its quotient is minus 1. And observe the second problem. Write the degree of the polynomials. So here also we have given two problems, which is minus 3xyz and 3x power 6 plus 6y cube minus 7. So to find out the degree, first of all, we have to verify how many variables are there. So here we have 3 variables. Okay. So just, and this is only one term, single term. This is a linear polynomial. So just you find out its degree. What is the degree of 1? X 1. Degree of y is 1. Degree of z is 1. You just add all these. That is 1 plus 1 plus 1. We get 3. So 3 is the degree of this total polynomial. Okay. Coming to here also, what is the degree of this? So 3x power 6 plus 6y cube. Oh, the variable here is x, its degree is 6. And the variable another variable is also there, that is y, its degree is 3. But what is the largest degree of the variable term? So what is the largest degree? 6 is the largest degree among all the variables. That is why this 6 is treated as the degree of the total polynomial. Check it. The first one is 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is x, y, z. Okay. And the largest degree of variable terms is 6. Next problem. Identify the following which are polynomials and which are not. We all in the previous slides, I explained which are polynomials and which are not polynomials. Okay. So the first one is x minus 3. So the degree, just verify it. This is the power of the variable is 1. So it is a positive integer. That is why this is a polynomial. Coming into 5, y power minus 2. So this is minus 2. So it cannot be a polynomial. So polynomial should be, the powers are the powers of the polynomial non-integrals. That means it is not a polynomial. And coming to here, 1 by 2 x square. So 1 by 2 is a, this is written inside of left side of this x square. That is why this is treated, it is a constant or quotient. This is constant, this is quotient. Okay. So 1 by 2 x square plus y is also a polynomial. Only b is not a polynomial. So x minus 3, 1 by 2 x square plus 5 are polynomials, and 5y power minus 2 plus 2y plus 3 is not a polynomial. I will give some evaluation. You try at your home. Write the quotient of x cube in the first one, x cube plus x plus 1. In the second one, root 2 x cube plus 5. You just observe here and write the quotient of x cube only. In second one, write the degree of the polynomial in. So you just identify the polynomial and variables. What is the largest degree? Find out its largest degree of the variable terms. Then it will be degree of the polynomial. The third question, classify the following into linear, quadratic, and cubic polynomials. And with respect, I already explained you that with respect to its degree, the polynomials are classified. So pi r square, px minus 3, L cube minus 5L square minus 2L plus 8. Next, y minus 2 plus x square. Okay, you just classify them according to its degree, which is linear polynomial, which is quadratic, and which is cubic polynomial. And the fourth one is write the general form of the polynomial of degree 3. You just write. Already given the definition and the general form, that is p of x is a0 x power n plus a2 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2, like this dash dash plus an. This is the general form of the linear polynomial. Using the degree, you just substitute the value of degree, that is n is equal to 3 in that form, in the formula. You get the general form of the polynomial of degree 3. So find the zero of the polynomial p of x is equal to 2x plus 3. In the previous slide, we observed how to find the zero of the polynomial. You just equate this 2x plus 2x plus 3 to 0. You get the value of x. This is also called value or solution. Sometimes it may be called as root. Okay. Thank you.